Yes, but you don't have to lose to Kyle Bernstein's bar mitzvah party.
I think we have to acknowledge those.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
I think we have to acknowledge those.
Now, I want to talk about the fact that Wallowitz shot me in the back.
I shot you for good reason. You were leading us into disaster.
Disaster. Disaster.
You were leading us into disaster.
Well, there will be boys and there will be girls, and it is a party. So it'll just be a bunch of my friends. We'll have some beer, do a little dancing.
Beer. Beer.
We'll have some beer, do a little dancing.
Is there a theme?
Theme. Theme.
Is there a theme?
But are the costumes random or genre specific?
As usual, I'm not following.
He's asking if we can come as anyone from science fiction, fantasy.
Sure.
Fantasy. Fantasy.
He's asking if we can come as anyone from science fiction, fantasy.
Sure.
No, Raj has to be an Indian god. That's racism.
Racism. Racism.
English, but he's dressed like Peter Pan. Sheldon is neither sound nor light, but he's obviously the Doppler effect.
Obviously. Obviously.
Light, but he's obviously the Doppler effect.
Gets it? I'm going as the Doppler effect.
No, it's not.
If I have to, I can demonstrate.
Demonstrate. Demonstrate.
No, it's not.
If I have to, I can demonstrate.
This party is my first chance for Penny to see me in the context of her social group, and
Context. Context.
see me in the context of her social group, and
That your father worked with Louis Leakey, a great anthropologist. It had nothing to do with your bedwetting.
Wet. Wet.
It had nothing to do with your bedwetting.
all I'm saying is that this party is the perfect opportunity for Penny to see me as a member of her peer group, a potential close friend, and perhaps more.
Potential. Potential.
A potential close friend, and perhaps more.
Oh, Sheldon, I'm sorry, but there aren't going to be any parades.
Parade. Parade.
Sorry, but there aren't going to be any parades.
Actually, Penny, he's wrong.
I'm Peter Pan! And I got a handful of pixie dust with your name on it.
Handful. Handful.
And I got a handful of pixie dust with your name on it.
Hey, what's Sheldon supposed to be?
Oh, he's the Doppler effect.
Yes. It's the apparent change in the frequency of a wave.
Frequency. Frequency.
Yes. It's the apparent change in the frequency of a wave.
Oh, he's the Doppler effect.
Yes. It's the apparent change in the frequency of a wave caused by relative motion between the source of the wave and the observer.
Observer. Observer.
A wave caused by relative motion between the source of the wave and the observer.
I believe it's time for me to turn my head and cough.
What is your move?
I'm going to use the mirror technique.
Mirror. Mirror.
I'm going to use the mirror technique.
What is your move?
I'm going to use the mirror technique. She brushes her hair back, I brush my hair.
brush, brush,
She brushes her hair back, I brush my hair. I'm going to use the mirror technique. She brushes her hair back, I brush my hair back. She shrugs, I shrug
shrug, shrug,
my hair back. She shrugs, I shrug. And there's this great show on VH1 about how to pick up girls.
Oh, if only I had his confidence.
confidence, confidence,
Oh, if only I had his confidence.
I initially saw their interactions as confusing and unstructured, but patterns emerge.
emerge, emerge,
But patterns emerge. That's as far as I've gotten.
This is ridiculous.
ridiculous, ridiculous,
This is ridiculous. I'm jumping in.
Good luck.
Oh, you're coming with me.
Oh, I hardly think so.
Hardly. Hardly.
Come on.
Aren't you afraid I'll embarrass you?
Yes, but I need a wingman.
wing, wing,
Yes, but I need a wingman.
Aren't you afraid I'll embarrass you?
Yes, but I need a wingman.
All right, but if we're going to use flight metaphor,
metaphor, metaphor,
all right, but if we're going to use flight metaphor,
Hi.
hello,
So what are you supposed to be?
me? I'll give you a hint.
hint, hint,
Me? I'll give you a hint. Close. Meow.
A brain damaged choo-choo train?
damage, damage,
A brain damaged choo-choo train?
I still don't get it.
I'm the Doppler effect.
Okay, if that is some sort of learning disability.
disability, disability,
Okay, if that is some sort of learning disability.
If he were any bigger, he'd have moons orbiting him.
Oh, snap.
snap, snap,
Oh, snap. So I guess we'll be leaving now.
Why should we leave? For all we know, he crashed the party and Penny doesn't even want him here.
crash, crash,
For all we know, he crashed the party and Penny doesn't even want him here. Look, if this was 15,000 years ago, by virtue of his size and strength,
virtue, virtue,
by virtue of his size and strength. Look, if this was 15,000 years ago, by virtue of his size and strength, Kurt would be entitled to his choice of female partner.
entitle, entitle,
Kurt would be entitled to his choice of female partner. And you and I are the alpha males. We shouldn't have to back down.
True. Why don't you text him that and see if he backs down?
text, text,
Why don't you text him that and see if he backs down?
I understand your impulse to try to physically intimidate me. I mean, you can't compete with me on an intellectual level.
Intellectual. Intellectual.
Me. I mean, you can't compete with me on an intellectual level. but some of us have climbed a little higher on the evolutionary tree.
If he understands that, you're in trouble.
So what? I'm unevolved?
Evolve. Evolve.
So what? I'm unevolved? Yeah? How about I make a point out of your pointy little head?
Let me remind you, while my moral support is absolute,
absolute, absolute,
let me remind you, while my moral support is absolute, in a physical confrontation, I will be less than useless.
There's not going to be a confrontation. In fact, I doubt if he can even spell confrontation. Oh.
Confrontation. Confrontation.
In fact, I doubt if he can even spell confrontation. Oh.
C-O-N... Frontation.
Kurt, put him down this instant!
instant, instant,
Kurt, put him down this instant! I can't go back to my party because he's there and I know you don't want to hear this and I'm upset and I'm really drunk and I just want to argue.
drunk, drunk,
Upset and I'm really drunk and I just want to argue. Why can't all guys be like you?
Because if all guys were like me, the human race couldn't survive.
survive, survive,
Like me, the human race couldn't survive. That's right, you saw what you saw. That's how we roll in the Shire.
roll, roll,
That's how we roll in the Shire.